Hey everyone, welcome back into the Fairbanks Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again on a Thursday evening talking about weather. And today a very cloudy, ugly, gray, drizzly, very light snow day across the interior. And we're looking at things to be changing a little bit. In fact, maybe some pretty decent snowfall coming our direction. Also colder temperatures moving in through the weekend. We'll tell you about that in just a little bit. Here's our photograph for tonight. This one's sent in by Colleen Sackinger. Another beautiful Fairbanks sunset, as you can see here, gorgeous colors and the sun peeking through the clouds there. And as always, if you have a photograph to share, you know where to send it, photos at ktvf11.com. We'll share it with the rest of the audience. Here's your numbers right now. 3 degrees at the airport after a high of 4. The low last night was 4 below. Record high 37 in 2008, 60 below in 1906. Your sunrise and sunset, not quite 6 hours of daylight. We'll go over that tomorrow. That's a gain of 6 minutes from yesterday. What's all the excitement about? Well, we do have a pretty good system that's moving in from the southeast to the northwest. You can see the clouds just starting to move across the Fairbanks area. Not too far away, we do have some snow shower activity moving our direction. The rains continue to fall across southeast Alaska, and Anchorage getting set for some very heavy snowfall. 7 to 14 inches of snow they're expecting. That'll be helping them out as they get ready to launch the Iditarod. And as you can see here, we're looking at more rain falling across southeast Alaska. You saw the flooding last night. Well, I'm sure it's continuing today because the rains just don't seem to have stopped there, unfortunately. Elsewhere across the state, a few showers around Kodiak. Some snow shower activity out over the southwest, and temperatures starting to cool down. 11 degrees below at Nome, with 8 degrees below at Barrow, and for Yukon at 1 degree above. The lower 48 weather looks like this over the northwest. Again, more rain falling across the Seattle area. Then just mainly partly cloudy to clear skies over the western half. You can see Denver cooling down to 36 degrees. Also cooling down a little bit in Dallas, 42. Some more snow shower activity around the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. More rain falling across the deep south, and not too bad over the northeast. On our satellite and radar, a big blob mess here moving across parts of Texas and then moving into southern sections of the country with more heavy rain and possible flooding expected there. A little bit of snow shower activity moving across the Great Lakes and over the west coast. More frontal systems moving ashore, bringing rain over the northwest all the way down to Portland, Oregon. And the overall outlook for tomorrow is for the heaviest rain once again to be way down to the south, with very heavy rain and thunderstorm activity there. On the jet stream, once again, you can see it meandering across the central portion of the country, dividing it in half. To the north is much cooler and a mix of rain and snow, and a pretty good storm system moving up the east coast over the weekend, and then over the southwest, things looking pretty good there. All right, back to Alaska for tomorrow. Scattered snow showers for Barrow, mostly clear skies for Nome. Flurries and fog are expected for Fort Yukon. Here in the interior, well, it looks like this. 2 to 4 inches of snow for the Fairbanks and Delta regions, 6 to 8 inches in the Healy area. Over southeast Alaska, once again, more rain across the region. Temperatures are very warm, 51 degrees at Ketchikan. And over the southwest portion of the state, we're looking at partly cloudy skies in Cold Bay, mostly sunny for Bethel, and a chance of rain at Kodiak. And if you're heading down to the Anchorage area, you might want to rethink that, because 8 to 10 inches of snow is expected at Anchorage. They just update that at 7 to 14. 2 to 4 inches for Homer, and rain and snow again possible for Valdez, so a real mess going on there. All right, once again, time for our kids' weather, and tonight we have a young lady to ask me a question about the polar vortex.
My name is Shannon at Texas Brown Elementary, from 5th grade. I got a question for the weatherman. What is a polar vortex?
It's a big storm that hovers around the North Pole sections, and once in a while it dips down to the south, and it just kind of moves around the close to the lower 48 and brings them all their really cold temperatures and everything, and then moves back up as the temperatures start to rise once again. But it's definitely there, and it definitely plays a big factor in the weather overall across the world. Thanks to Mount McKinley Bank for sponsoring our kids' weather. And tomorrow night, we'll have the teacher here with a unique weather fact. Well, it is a Thursday night, which means it's time for our road conditions. Drifting snow, icy patches, and packed snow on the Dalton and Elliott highways. And on the Richardson Highway, low clouds, snow, reduced visibility, and icy patches. And if you're heading on the Parks Highway, poor driving conditions, snow, and icy roads, so keep that in mind. Here's your forecast for the remainder of the night. 13 degrees below zero, light snow developing. 1 to 2 inches, mainly east of the Fairbanks area. Tomorrow, looking at periods of snow with 3 to 5 inches by late evening, 8 degrees below zero. And the snow will continue on the forecast right on through Saturday and Sunday, with a little more heavier snow expected possibly Saturday night into Sunday. But look at the temperatures starting to drop down. We're getting that cold air coming in. Not quite as cold as we were expecting yesterday, but it's still getting pretty chilly. You can see almost down to 35 below by next Tuesday night into Wednesday. So not quite done with winter yet.